I'm not your boss. I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad. I'm not some authority over you. I'm not a cop telling you you've got to do it. All I have is my power to invite. So that's what I'm wanting to encourage you with. These are wonderful steps to help you invite people into more. Start with being the model. Then ask people if they're seeing the value as they follow the model. Number 3, ask them what are they struggling with as they come through this model. Number 4, now it's time to move into things that you may not have even seen before. Will you trust me? Will you stick with me? And then finally we get here to step number 5. Step number 5 is now that you have invited them into more, you go all the way back here to step number 1, and you become the model for the more. You're the more model. Okay? Didn't know that was coming together on that way. Sorry. You become the model for more. And you bring them along and you ask them, are you seeing the value now that we're stepping out into this area? Do you see the value out here? Man, this is really something. I never knew this was available. That's right, but I did. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being a part. Man, not so few people do this. Oh, that is a phrase that will really encourage folks. And I use it all the time. There are so few people that are willing to do what you're doing. There's so few people that are willing to follow. Most people stop a long time ago, but you've pressed through. I just want you to know I'm really proud of you. You're just doing a fantastic job. Congratulations. Can you see where this just goes beyond just being somebody's buddy? This goes beyond just being someone's friend. This isn't about you just building a family atmosphere. This is about you creating a team. It's about you becoming a team builder. And I love this stuff. So obviously, all of this stuff here, all along the way that you have to deal with this fear of failure. Because as people are moving from piece to piece, from phase to phase, there's always going to be a fear of failure. And so what's going to happen, all right, you're probably very familiar with this as well. What's going to happen is when people get afraid, they begin to slow down. When people get afraid, they begin to have excuses. When people get afraid, they begin to dig in heels. But as a team builder, again, you don't have power here. You're just a team builder. You can't make anybody do anything. So what you're doing now is you are bringing people to the shores of struggle. And that water that's out there is choppy water. It makes people concerned. It makes people afraid. It makes people, I don't know what's out there. There could be sharks in there. There could be bad things in there. I don't know here I feel safe. Here is familiar. But out there, I don't know. You guys, these are the emotions, the feelings and the emotions that people are going to be going through. Helping them navigate those emotions is going to be so important for you as a team builder. So I want to finish up in this session. I want to finish up with talking about how do I think about this? How do I help people that are getting slowed down because of these emotions? This is a very real piece that you are going to come in contact with on a consistent basis. Is that you asking people to follow you and people looking at you and saying, I can't do that. In other words, they're saying, I'm afraid to do that. Okay? Maybe they tried it before and it didn't work, so they're afraid to try it again. But here's the deal. Here's the scoop. When people begin to experience these fears of failure, a phrase that I use all the time, and I want to share it with you. You are in a good place. Man, you're in a good place because they are interpreting this place as really negative, as dark, and they're afraid. But you are there as a model, as a mentor, as a team builder going, no, this is a great place. This is an awesome place because you are right on the verge of busting through. This little barrier right here can be scary for folks, but you have already been on the other side. You know what's over there. So you can tell them, no, hang in there, you're in a good spot. The very reason why you're struggling with the failure means this is really good because most people wouldn't even struggle with the failure. They would just avoid it. It's not there. But you're choosing to actually embrace it. You're actually stepping into it. I just want to encourage you, keep coming, keep coming. And it takes people time to overcome these emotions. So as a team builder, oh, here we go, all right? It's at this level. Have you ever been in a place, you ever talked to somebody who's been a manager or a leader, and I'm just not very patient. Just not a patient person. Patience never was a gift that I had. You ever known someone like that? Yeah, patience, I'm not really good at that. I'm just not really good patient. Guys, to put a person that is not patient into a management or leadership position is very dangerous. Okay? It's very dangerous. And if you're already in a management position or a leadership position and you totally subscribe to this idea of, oh yeah, I'm not very patient, then that's probably a cause of a lot of your stress and struggle, is that people aren't doing things fast enough. Well, this team builder level right here, this is where we learn patience. This is where we learn how to deal with people, how to deal with humans. When I become a manager, now I'm dealing with systems, I'm dealing with stuff, and I'm trying to get people to follow systems. I'm trying to get people to take care of stuff. But it's at the team builder level where I actually learn how to deal with people, how to be patient with them as they come along. I learned that not everybody's the same, that I can have 3 people here that I'm trying to bring along, and they're like all 3 on different levels and different programs going on. We have to know how to do that. We have to know how to be able to put that team builder hat on. Or when you become a manager, you'll just get mad at people. You'll just get mad, and then you begin to point. See, I've been there before. Point. I almost got my finger broken one time for pointing at a kid in school. Wasn't a good thing. Okay? So what we want to do is prepare you to be a better manager, to be a better leader, because you have taken time on learning how to deal with people, how to inspire people, how to bring them forward. You must, let's see here, this is an awesome place. You're in a good place. Most of life, you guys, is going to be learning from mistakes. Most of life is failure. Unfortunately, we didn't learn that in school. We were afraid of failure. Don't get an F. Don't fail. Don't fail. Oh my gosh, what? You failed? Go to your room. What? You failed? You're going to have to have detention. We got in trouble for failing. But now we get out here into life and we find out, man, most of life is like screwing up. Most of life is failure. Most of life is, oh my gosh, that's late. Oh my gosh, I'm behind. Oh my gosh, I didn't get that done. Most of life is failure. But if we haven't learned how to embrace and how to learn from it and how to make adjustments, then we're really in trouble, because now we just try to avoid failure. Good luck with that. It's going to be hard. So the thing is that I want to get to a place where I begin to get to a place where I don't have to learn from my own failures all the time. I can actually learn from other people's failures. You know, what is it I have? My coach talks about, you can either learn from a mentor or you can learn from mistakes. Which one do you want? You'll learn from both of them, okay? One might be a little smoother than the other. One may be a little quicker than the other. Maybe, maybe not. But this idea here is of this being able to embrace the struggle, because most people are going to experience fears when you begin to call them into more, because it's unfamiliar to them, and they're going to begin to resist that. So, as a team builder, you will be stretched in your patience as people make mistakes over and over and over. I deal with this every week with clients that I'm coaching across the country. I mean, these are people that have multi-million-dollar companies, and they just keep making the same mistakes. But I get it. I get it. There has to be this place of embracing the patience, embracing the time. Because what we do is, as a team builder, you will spend a lot of time, catch this, in the weight room. Boom! In the weight room. This is where you're helping people become emotionally strong. It's where you're helping people become mentally strong to be able to move through fear and frustration and discouragement into more levels of success, into more levels of fulfillment. Does that make sense? Again, this is what will draw people to you, is your measure of patience. Well, I just don't have that gift. I tell you, it's something you can work on. It's something you can grow in. It's not, well, I got it or I don't got it. Well, I never have had it. Well, it's because you've never embraced it. But you can get it. I was an extremely impatient person. It made me a mean leader. Okay? It made me a mean leader because I had hopped over the team builder. Yeah, I got people to follow me, but the only people that would follow me were people that were successful. Back in my younger years, people that were able to do what I was asking them to do. People that couldn't do what I was asking them to do would no longer follow me because they'd be terrified. Because I would just come down on them. What's the deal? So they wouldn't follow anymore. So I'd be really proud. Hey, I got a lot of people following me. But again, the only people that were able to follow me were the strong people. Again, it doesn't make it wrong, doesn't make it bad. It just made it limited. Okay? Just made it limited. I'm not saying that back then I was a bad leader. I was just a limited leader. So what we're doing here is you have to know the value of failure in the process. I remember reading a book by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, Rich Dad, Poor Dad guy. One day he goes into his rich dad and he's so frustrated because another big effort that he has tried to put together has fallen. In fact, it might have been the Velcro wallets that he did. Okay? He was so mad that some things didn't go through and he lost all of his money and all that kind of stuff. He was so mad. His rich dad laughed at him. His rich dad laughed at him. And this is what he said. You are not failing fast enough. You need to fail more and you need to fail faster, was what he said. What? What kind of advice is that? It's interesting because this is advice that I've given to other people as well. As I've brought them along and as they are following me, one of the ways that I'm able to add value is I'm able to help them understand the value of failure. This is what the rich dad said. He said, first of all, what we do is we have to act. This is the formula for success. You have to act, number one. Number two, you have to fail. But then what we do with failure, what we do with failure is the important thing. We have to learn, and finally, number four, we have to adjust. Act, fail, learn, adjust. Act, fail, learn, adjust. Welcome to life. Welcome to movement toward fulfillment. Welcome to the formula to success. Act, fail, learn, adjust. But the problem here, you guys, is that most people, including me, are afraid of failure. And so what we do is we don't act. And over a long period of time, we sit around and go, well, I haven't acted in a long time because I'm afraid of failure. And no wonder I'm feeling stuck. No wonder I'm feeling like there's still stuff inside of me that I haven't accessed yet because I haven't taken action. It's your job as a team builder, as you're drawing people to you, to invite people into more. Take action. Take action. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's dragons over there. It's okay. It's all part of the deal. We're going to fail, but then we're going to learn. We're going to make adjustments. But I'll tell you this, there is nothing as frustrating as acting and failing, acting and failing, acting and failing, acting and failing. Most people, because they don't have an encourager in their life, they don't have a mentor, they don't have the Yoda, they don't have the Morpheus, they don't have the Gandalf, okay? They don't have that person in their life that's helping them process what's going on. Act, fail, act, fail, act, fail, act, fail. We need to learn how to, process and learn from our failure and make necessary adjustments so we can move forward. Now, I'm going to take a moment really quick to invite Clay Clark. Clay, come here. You got to get in on this, all right? Because I just talked to you about you a second ago. Come here. No, really, come here. You're going to get on video. This is Clay Clark. He is my coach. He is my Yoda. He is the one that has helped me move from where I was in a small circle, get through those barriers. He's huge. Say hi.
And I wore a suit for 16 years in a row, and I recently stopped. So
he's Bill Belichick.
I'm the self-actualized Clay Clark. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks, Clay. So as we finish up here, once again, learning how to process failure is a big piece of it. But if I am trying to be a team builder and I am impatient with failure, I'm only going to be able to take people a certain distance. I'm only going to be able to take them to the shores of struggle, and then I won't know how to do it any further. I won't know how to encourage them. I won't know how to take them any further. And I'll be very limited. Okay? So, the question is for you. Have you personally gotten through these emotions? Have you gotten through the fears? Again, maybe not 100% of them, but are you moving through fears? Or are you still going, no, I can't do that. It never worked for me. If not, you will only be able to attract people that don't make mistakes. That's where I was. Surrounding myself with people that didn't make mistakes. But are you with me? It's impossible. People make mistakes. But what will happen is, because I had impatience, I had no room for mistakes. People around me, number one, would never admit mistakes. They'd never tell me they'd made mistakes. That's not good. And number two, I had set up a model where mistakes were not tolerated. So I just wore people slick because people couldn't be human. So I got to go through a long period of team building and learning how to be patient, learning how to process failure in my own personal life to prepare me for the things that I'm doing today. So, this is how we invite. This is how we bring people forward. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope it's given you some scripting, some very specific conversations, some words to say. And I hope also that it's given you some understanding, some knowledge of why are people so stupid? Okay, well, a lot of times either they don't know or there's a fear involved. So you as a team builder, rather than just saying you're stupid, come on, we have to learn how to get around behind and how to bring people forward, being a model of the place where they want to go. So once again, this is session 6 here in the team builder level of winning in the workplace. Next week, I'm really excited about talking about 7 super moves. You may be in a place right now where you're already a team builder and you're needing to know, or you're a manager or a leader, and you're needing some super moves on how to get people together. We're going to talk about that in our next session. Thanks a lot. See you then.